Oh. Hmm. 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 Hello. How are you? Are you all well? I hope so. I hope you're well. It's good to be well, isn't it? Isn't it good to be well? Well. Well, I think it's good to be well. Well, what do you think? Well, I think so. Well, what do you think? Well, I think so too. Well, what do we have here? A well. What type of well? A wishing well. What's a wishing well? It's a well where you wish. And what do you wish for? You wish for people to be well. You do? Oh, that's good. That's a good well. Well, what do we have here? Who fell in the well? Well, I don't know who fell in the well. Well, you asked me. Well, I asked you. Well, who are you? Well, who is me? Well, I am I and me, and the me and the I and the I and the me. And it's the me and the I and the I and the me, and the me and the I, and the I and the me, and the me and the I and the I and the me, and the me and the I and the I and the me, and the I and the me and the me and the I, and the I and the me, and the me, and the I. And so you see, and so you see, and so, and so, and so you see. You see, 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 you see. Oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you see? And what can you see? What can you see? I don't know. I could see a lot of things from here, from up in the spirit world. I can see all my children. I can see everything they do. I can see everything they think. I can see everything they want to do. I can see everything they want to do and want to think. I can see everything they want to do and want to think and want to stink and want to link and want to link this link with that link and that link with this link and interlink and interlock and interlock and interlink and interlink and interlock and interlock and interlink. And I can see everything. You see, I am the fly on every wall. I am the fly down every hall. I am the fly on every mat. I am the fly on every cat. I am the fly on every dog. I am the fly on every hog. I am the fly on every bog. I am the fly on every smog. I am the fly over there and the fly over here and the fly everywhere and on there and on there and over there and over there and on there and on there and over there and over here and over there. I am the fly on the ceiling, I'm the fly on the floor. I'm the fly on the floor and the fly on the door. I'm at the top of the door, in the bottom of the door, in the middle of the door, on the side of the door. I'm on the window, I'm outside the window, I'm in front of the window. I'm by the glow, I'm by the dark, I'm by the mud, I'm by the muck. I'm by the yuck, I'm by the buck, I'm by the luck, I'm by the rut. I'm by the rut, I'm by the frut, I'm by the strut, I'm by the crut. And what's the crut? The crux. And what's the crux? The crux of the matter. And what is the crux of the matter? What is the crux of the matter? What is the crux of the matter? And who is the crook? Who is the crook? Who is the crook? Who is the crook? And what is a crook? What is a crook? What is a crook? What is a crook? What is a crime? What is a crook? What is a crook? What is a crime? What is a crime? What is a crime? What is a spiritual crime? What is a law down there? And what is a law up here? And what are the laws down there? And what are the laws up here? Are the laws up here the same as the laws down there? I don't think so. I do not think so. The laws here are morals, and you cannot quarrel with a moral. The laws down there are full of flaws, and you could point out the flaws, and you could point out the flaws, and you could point out, and you can point out, and you can point out the flaws. It is easy to see a flaw if you're in the heart. If you're in the smart, you're in the heart. And if you're in the heart, you're in the smart. And if you're in the smart, you're in the love. And if you're in the love, you're in the light. And if you're in the light, you're in the right. And if you're in the right, you win your fight. And if you win your fight, you see the bright. And if you see the bright, you're with the light. And if you're with the light and the bright and the bright and the light, and the light and the bright and the bright and the light, and you see the bright and you see the light, and you feel the light and you feel the bright, and you feel the bright and you feel the right, and you feel the light and you see the insight. And the insight is the right, and the right is the light, and the light is the love, and the love is the light, and the light and the light and the love and the light, and the light and the love and the love and the bright, and the bright and the love and the love and the light, and the light and the love and the love and the light, and the love and the love and the love and the light, and the love and the love and the love and the bright. And the bright is the light, and the light is the bright, and the bright and the bright, and the light and the light, and the light and the love and the way, and the love and the light and the light and the way. And there is no other way, there is no other way. There is no other, there is no other, there is no other way. There is only one way to have it good in the spirit world. There is only one way to have it great in the spirit world. There is only one way to have it magnificent in the spirit world. There is only one way to have it brilliant and beautiful and lovely and incredible in the spirit world. And how is that, my dears? And how is that, my dears? I think you know. I know you know. I don't think. I know. I never think. If you're thinking, you're stinking and you're clinking in the dread of your head, that only leads to fear and despair. If you're in the heart, you're in the smart. If you're in the smart, you're in the light. If you're in the light, you're in the right. And if you're in the right, you'll win your fight. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's as easy as that. It's as simple and it's as easy and simple as that. But what are the facts? What are the facts? What are the facts? Well, until I've come down here after many an eon and an eon and an eon and an eon. And what is an eon? An eon is 100 years. An eon is 100 years. An eon is 100 years. An eon is 100. An eon is 100. An eon is 100. An eon is 100 years. And I have not been here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 100, 100 times 100. I have not been here 100 times 100 years. 100 times 100 is 1 billion. I have not been here for 1 billion years. I have not been here for 1 billion. I have not been here for 1 billion. I have not been here for 1 billion years. Now that's a long time. That is a long time. That is a long time. That is a long time. And I'm going to tell you things that do not agree with what you've read in books in the library. I'm going to tell you things that you have not read in books in the library. And you'll have to decide if Peter Palpin is this clever, or if this is really coming from the one and only true bearer. And that is for you to decide, my dears. We are not knocking this material down your throat. We are not shoveling this into the dread of your head. We are not pushing this onto your tabletop. We are not begging you to buy these DVDs and these CDs and these movies and so on and so forth and so forth and so on. This is still your choice to listen to your inner voice. You will hear about us. You will find out the gifts I have given Peter Palpin, aka the Knight of the Light, and then, well, you will have to either decide with your heart the smart, the love, compassion, to love the light in the ways only fashion, or you will have to go to the dread of your head, to the ego, to the jealousy, to the envy, to the unfriendly, and make a decision there, like you've done. Well, not all of you. 99.9999999% play ping pong. In other words, you go from the head to the heart, from the head to the heart, head heart, head heart, head heart, head heart, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in different percentages. And depending on how well you're in the heart compared to the head is, well, how well you have it when you reach the spirit world, how well you have it in your next lifetime if you do have to come back here, or how well you will have it in your next several lifetimes if you really don't do well at all. And so that's what the verse of the universe is all about. And this is why I've chosen to come back after 1 billion years. Well, I'm not 100% back. I'm back through what is called a channel. And what is a channel? A channel is when I come through a soul. And the soul I've chosen to come through is a soul whose last 11 lifetimes he's been 95% or more in the heart every single lifetime. In other words, he never leaves the heart his entire existence on the planet, except for 5% of the time. The rest of the time, he has always stayed in the heart. No matter the struggle, no matter the pressure, no matter the ugliness, no matter the disgustingness, no matter the ordinary of it all, no matter the miseries, and the miseries put their misery on other people, and they want all the miseries to be miserable. And so this is the way it has been for Peter Palpin for a number of lifetimes. But he's never had a lifetime more difficult and more mountainous, more mountains to climb than ever before, like this one, until now. Ah, yes, Peter has been graced with a number of gifts, with a number of gifts, with a number of gifts, with a number of gifts. I have graced him with a number of gifts. But he did not have these gifts his whole lifetime until less than 1 year ago. Well, it's exactly 10 months, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 38, 38, and 38 days. And so, on December 22nd, 2007, it will be our anniversary together. That is when he started prana breathing early one morning, and it lasted for 3 days. That's how he breathed, for 3 days in a row. But Peter was not afraid. He was not afraid. He was not in fear. He actually was excited, because since 2003, I had contacted Peter a number of times in the middle of the night. I called it the noon of moon, or the midnight sun, or the middle of the night, or the middle of the evening, or sometimes early in the morning. But I always contacted him from his bedside. And well, during that time, he was going through a tremendous struggle. He has been going through a tremendous struggle for the last 11 years. He's been going through a tremendous struggle where he lost everything. Everything he ever owned, he lost it all. Every love that he had, he lost it all. He lost it all, he lost it all. He lost it all. But as he lost all these things, as he lost all his material items, as he lost all his loves, his girlfriends, his beautiful, beautiful dogs, pick of the litters, Great Pyrenees, from the #1 breeder in the country, and out of Maryland. The most beautiful, magnificent Great Pyrenees, Yogi and Hero. Yogi for the yogi he became, and hero for the hero he will become. And so, my dears, this is the story. Some of it you have heard before, and some of it will be new. And this is CD number 7. 7 from heaven. 7-Eleven sent from heaven. This is a very important CD, because today is a very important day for the Night of the Light. This is a monumental evening. This, my dears, is a monumental evening for the Night of the Light. This is a monumental evening. This is a monumental evening. This is a monumental. This is a monumental. This is a glorious evening. This, my dears, is a glorious evening. This, my dears, is a glorious evening. Because today, well, is a very special day for the Night of the Light and the verse of the universe. Because today is the day where I start to open the top. I start to open the top of the cup. I will start filling Peter Palpin's cup for the first time in 11 years. For the first time in 11 years, I will slowly start to fill the cup. To fill the cup, to fill the cup, to fill, to fill, to fill the cup. I will fill the cup and fill the cup and fill and fill and fill the cup. I will fill the cup and fill the cup and fill and fill and fill the cup. And the cup will be filled, and the cup will be filled. It will be filled, it will be filled, it will be filled, it will be filled. And what will I fill that cup with? What will I fill that cup with, my dears? Am I going to put money in that cup? Is that all that matters in this ugly, disgusting, despicable, evil? What else words could I use? And well, is this a script Peter is reading? Is this a script? I don't think so. Is he just coming up with this off of the top of his head? Peter Palpin, the clown of the town, who can't remember a phone number or a person's name? I don't think so. This is like all the other CDs, or is it tapes, that you have been listening to. And this is number 7 of the real conversations with the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light on the way. In other words, the love, the light on the way. And so, my dears, this is a glorious day for the glorious night. This is a glorious night for the glorious night, and a night in the night, and a night to remember. It's a night to remember, it's a night to remember, it's a night, it's a night, it's a night to remember. Now Peter is listening just as you are listening, because not one syllable out of his mouth is his. Not one word coming out of his mouth is his. It's like when you burp or when you throw up. It just comes out, and that's what it is. But when Peter opens his mouth like this, it's me moving his throat muscles like... In other words, I am controlling the spiritual strings all the way from past all the stars. Past all the stars, past Jupiter and Mars, I am pulling the strings all over Peter Palpin's body, over his fingers, over his hands, over his elbows and shoulders and back, and leg muscles, and everything in between, and his toes, and his fingertips, and his lips, and his eye movement, and his forehead gestures, and his movement, and all the different things that he does now. It is all me, it is all me. It is all me, the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light, and the way. He is my puppet, he is my puppet, he is my puppet. And I move him where I want to move him, and I say things with him that I need to be said. And so this is the way it is. This is the way it is. And this is for all you viewing our 33 movies and listening to our 33 CDs. You will have to decide for yourself. And then that, well, depending on how you decide that you want to decide on, well, what side do you want to take? Do you want to take the side of the heart, the smart, the love, compassion, the only passion? Or do you want to go to the other side, to the ego, the envy, the jealousy, the unfriendly? And if you go there to the dread of the head, to that little pea brain cell, that little cell, that jail cell that creates, what does it create when you live in that little jail cell? Oh, hell, man-made hell. If that's where you would like to be, if that's where you would like to stay, well, no problem. You could stay there. 'Cause let me tell you something, my dears. There is no such thing as hell. But there is hell to pay. There is hell to pay. There is hell to pay. There is hell. There is hell. There is hell to pay. And in that hell, there is helter-skelter. In that hell, there is helter-skelter. In that hell, there is helter-skelter. But the good news is, it's not like the hell that you hear about or you read about in those black books from your library. Oh no, I am not that dark and evil. Me, the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light on the way. I would never do that to the most despicable, ugly, disgusting soul on planet shit. I would never make anyone burn for eternity. That would not be nice. That would not be loving. That would not be caring. And no one would learn any lesson from that. But let me tell you, my dears, let me tell you. You've also read that I love everybody the same, that I love all my children the same. Where did you read that bunch of garbage? Who came up with that line? Who came up with that? I love all my children the same? I don't think so. I know I don't. Put yourself in my shoes. Well, think about it. Do you think I like Adolf Hitler? Adolf, the one who tried to destroy so many millions of people because they wouldn't be like he wanted them to be. Do you think that I love all my children the same way I love Adolf Hitler? I don't think so. Adolf Hitler is on his 100th trip to India for not being in the heart. And I'm talking about the bad part of India, the sandy, very hot part of India. And so he has 11 more lifetimes to do there. And then, well, it's another story, and I'll let you know what's going to happen to him after that, even. And so, my dears, this is all part of the verse of the universe. And everything that you are hearing right now is unrehearsed. It's unrehearsed, it's unrehearsed, it's unrehearsed, verse after verse after verse. But that will be all for you to decide. That will be all for you to decide with the free will I have given you. That was the gift that I thought was so beautiful and magnificent, that I would give you your free will for your 111-year, at best, test down on planet shit. It used to be the beautiful golden and brown soiled planet, the beautiful green planet. Ah, I thought I planned it well. I thought I planned it so well. All you had to do is come here for your test. 111 years at best, and all it was a test. The heart versus the brain. The golden chain with the diamond on it versus the leather chain with the wooden peace sign on it. That is the comparison that I make. Or, the scarecrow versus the tin man. The tin man who wanted the brain, or was it the tin man that wanted the heart? It was the tin man that wanted the heart, and the scarecrow that wanted the brain. And the scarecrow was the heart, and the tin man was the brain. But as they went on their journey to the Wizard of Oz with Dorothy and her little dog Toto. And then there was the lion, who was in search of courage. And so, on their journey to find the wizard, and who was the wizard? Maybe the wizard was me, I, the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light on the way. Maybe they were on the way to find the wisdom, to find the wisdom, to find the wisdom of the kingdom, to find the wisdom in the one and only kingdom that matters. And that is the heart of the matter. Well, what is the heart of the matter? The heart of the matter is the heart was the one that knew the right thing to do. The heart was the one that always had, well, the moral idea. The moral idea was the right idea. The brain idea was, not always the best idea, because the brain deals with ego, and ego deals with envy and jealousy, which equals unfriendly. And there's also greed there, and all of them burn the inner seed. And who, my dears, is the inner seed? That is me, the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light, and the way. And so, on their way to Oz, or to the wisdom of the kingdom, they had to meet with evil. They met with very dark, evil spirits. Or are they souls? Or are they people? Or are they witches? What are they? Well, you tell me. Or do you want me to tell you? Well, if you want to tell me to tell you, then you're listening and glistening, and maybe you're believing what's going on here. Or if you're in the dread of your head, the ego, the envy, the unfriendly, then you know better than these tapes, and so you tell us what's going on here in the wisdom from the kingdom. Or is it the Wizard of Oz? Or is it Oz at all? Or what is Oz? What is Oz? What is Oz? Are we at odds? What odds are there? Are there odds here? What are the odds? I'll tell you what the odds are. The odds are not good, my dears. The odds are not good. The odds are not good that any of you will do too well when you reach the spirit world. No, they're not. No, they're not. Because I can give you the statistics if you would like to hear them. Right now there are 11 million souls in the good part of the spirit world. Only 11 million. That is not a lot, my dears. That is not a lot. Out of all the souls that keep returning to planet shit, imagine all the millions and millions who've come and gone and come and gone and come and gone, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of unshine. And well, only 11 million seem to be able to pass the test, to stay 95% or greater in the heart, the smart, the love, the compassion, the love, the light, and the ways. Only fashion. And so the rest of you are crashing from the head to the heart, from the head to the heart, head hot, 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 hot hot, head hot, head hot. And so you see, I call it mental ping pong. 1 minute in the heart, the next minute in the head. Another minute in the heart, the next minute in the head. And when you're in the head, you're in the dark. And when you're in the dark, you're not in the light. And when you're not in the light, you can't see right, you can't hear right, and you can't think right. And so, well, take it from me, the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light, I'm the way. This is the way it is. And so, if you don't want to believe me, you do not have to believe me because you have your free will. Or is it your free kill? Or is it your free ill? Well, or did you spill the beans? Or what are the beans? Where are the beans and what are the beans? And are they human at all? What's a human being? Or is it a being? Or what are we being here? Or what are we seeing here? Or what are we seeing and being and seeing? Or what are we deceiving? Or who are we deceiving? Or who are we trying to deceive? Or what are we trying to achieve? Or are we believing? And if we are believing, Are we thinking? And if we're clinking and we're thinking and we're stinking, then we're only believing. And if we're only believing, then we're thinking. And if we're thinking, we're in the brain. And if we're in the brain, we're in the drain. And if we're in the drain, we're in the blood stain. And if we're in the blood stain, then we're refraining from the heart. And if we're refraining from the heart, we're refraining from the smart. And if we're refraining from the smart, we're refraining from the heart. And so, my dears, this is what it's all about. It's all about the heart. All that matters is the heart of the matter. And this is what this story is all about. And so this is CD, or is it DVD, or is it video, or is it tape? This is tape number 7 of the conversation. The real conversations with the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light, and the way. In other words, the real conversations with the love, the light, and the way. And these are not conversations with fraud, like that book that Mr. Walsh said he channeled, that he said his hand was being writing back when he was asking me, the love, the light, and the way, questions. Well, Mr. Walsh, we ask you, please come and take a lie detector test and answer the question, Mr. Walsh, did your hand move back when you asked the love, the light, and the way questions? Yes or no? And Mr. Walsh, let me tell you right now, if you do not come in front of the public, on television, in front of the world, and admit your deceit in front of the entire world, this is what you have to look forward to listen to. This is what you have to look forward to in the spirit world. Now, when Peter makes a mistake like that, or is it me making a mistake, you have to decide, is this a script, or am I doing this on purpose? Because I'm not going to make it that simple for all of you. Because you're still here taking your test. And Peter is still here taking his test too. Why do you think I've lied to him? Well, almost every day ever since he's gotten his gifts. But why does he have so much faith and patience? Well, if you could walk anywhere all day blindfolded, wouldn't that give you faith? I think so. I think it would, wouldn't it? Well, maybe not. 'Cause how many of you have seen it on video, and you still don't want to believe? Or you want Peter to think that you don't believe, or you want him to think that you don't know that he really is being guided by the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light on the way. And then how is he healing people? Little girls 7 years old who fell out of windows 4 stories high years and years ago, who've never been able to use their arm in over 30 years. And then bang, after 30 minutes, they're using that arm again for the first time in years and years. What is that, my dears? Is that a gift? Or is someone just that gifted? Did someone just wake up one day and they could walk anywhere blindfolded and heal people within minutes? I don't think so. But maybe you do. So maybe, since that's the way you think, and you think this is all a bunch of shit and no wit, then you don't have to listen to these tapes. And you don't have to do what I tell you need to do to have it good in the spirit world in your next lifetimes. So take this and throw it in the garbage, 'cause it's all a bunch of shit. It's not a bunch of wit. It's a bunch of shit. So throw it away, I say. Phooey! Off with your head! And so, this is for all of you to decide. Not me. I'm just up here in the spirit world, having a beautiful, wonderful, magnificent time with the 11 million souls that have been able to stay in the heart 95% or more. And now, let me tell you how beautiful it is up here. Think of the best day of your life down there on planet shit, and multiply it 1,000,000,000 times 1,000,000,000. That's called a godzillion. That's how it is every day up here in the beautiful, magnificent, incredible part of the spirit world. And let me tell you, the spirit world is identical to Mother Earth in every way, but we've never chopped any of the trees down, the beautiful, magnificent trees. And there's no pollution here. We're not that stupid. We didn't choose the oil, the foil, and the spoil of the planet. Why would we do that? And then destroy all our beautiful streams that we drink from, and our rivers that we drink from. and our oceans that we fish from. Why would we do that and choose oil, the fire, and the spoil of the planet? You think we're stupid up here? Of course we're not. We think with our hearts, not with the dreads of our heads, not with the ego, the envy, the jealousy, and the greed that all burn their inner seed. Why would we do that? What do you think, we are stupid or something? I don't think so. We don't do that in the spirit world, where the Father is. But down there where the Mother is, you see, me and Mom, we sleep in separate bedrooms. I'm up here in the spirit world, my world, and the Mother is down there. Well, in her world, but with all her children. And her children have devastated the Mother, where she can't see anymore. And she barely can breathe, and she barely can eat, and she barely can drink. Because all of you children have polluted her. You've polluted her with your free will. You thought I said free kill. And so this is why I've had to come back. This is why I have to come back. This is why I had to come back. And I had to choose a spirit or a soul to come back through. So I chose the clown of the town of Los Angeles and Unholywood. I chose the one least likely to succeed. The one not least likely to succeed, but the one that they would least likely to succeed. The powers that be, the one they hate the most. The one they put at the top of their blackball list, that they despise more than anyone in the history of that town. They can't stand Peter Palpin, a.k.a. the Knight of the Light, who I've given the verse of the universe. And the thing they hate the most out of everything is I've made him younger. I've given him something called youth. I've reversed the aging process, and I'm still doing it. Even in the next week, he will reverse 3 years over 1 week. He will revert back 3 more years, my dears. And this brings tears to these ugly spirits, to these ugly souls, to these ugly, disgusting, despicable men. Ah, this is what they hate the most. These bag of bones and fat. These bag of bones and fat, 'cause that's what they are. They're 99.9% fat and bones, with a little bit of meat, with a little bit of rusty, decrepit meat on them. Ah, these are disgusting men. These are despicable men. These are people 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95% in the head, 5% in the heart. 95% in the head and 5% in the heart. Adolf Hitler was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93. 93% in the head and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7% in the heart. So you see, these people are as ugly and despicable as the infamous Adolf Hitler himself. These men here choose to stop people's dreams. They think because of their money and power, and because they're in the entertainment business, because they're in the business of entertainment, because they're in the business of Unholywood in Los Angeles, they think they control the world. They think they are God. They think they are mightier than I. They think they could beat the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light on the way. Even right now, as I electrocute them, without them touching anything electrical, they think they can beat me. They think they could beat the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light on the way. Well, let me tell you, they say they don't think. In their heart, they know they're fucked. In their heart, they know it's all over, but they're crying that they're going to be crushed like cheese, as the Coosa brothers say in Rhode Island. A couple of other jealous people of the love, the light, and the way, and the gifts I've given, the night of the light, and the verse of the universe. Ah, yes, Peter does not have any friends. He used to have friends. He used to have many friends. Many friends on his email. He had he had over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 10 fairly good friends. How many of you can say that you even have one good friend when you're in trouble in the middle of the night? Who will come and help you in a time of fear and despair? Not too many. I know how you are down there, you selfish, disgusting, despicable individuals. But it's all about to change now once all of you learn the verse of the universe. Once all of you learn that there are consequences for how you live your life down there, you will begin to change. You will begin to change. You will begin to change. I can guarantee that, because I know the future, and you will change, because I know many of you want a beautiful face in your next lifetime, and a beautiful waist too, and beautiful arms, and beautiful legs, and beautiful knees, and beautiful feet, and beautiful hands, and a beautiful nose, and a beautiful chin, and a beautiful set of cheekbones, and a beautiful this, and a beautiful that. I know you want all that. And I know you want an easy job, like you would love to play in the playground, like Michael Jordan, and get paid millions of dollars for playing basketball, or run on a football field, or tackle on a football field, or block on a football field for millions of dollars, or swing a bat and run around some bases for millions and millions of dollars, or be on a stage, or a movie screen. Well, it's a pun. You don't go on a movie screen, but you go and act like you're somebody else and get paid a lot of money if you make it. Or, well, many of the people who you're watching, who you wish you were in their shoes, you don't realize they sold themselves out. They sell out, in other words. They don't come to the planet and do the right thing, and they sell their soul, it's called. They sell their soul because they want an easy way. And so they pull their pants down, or they open their mouth, and they do something that they really shouldn't have done, but they wanted the pot so bad, they gave in to, whatever you want to call it. And so that's what they do, but that's selling out. And so when they get back to the spirit world, no matter how much they cry and beg for forgiveness, it's off to the bad part of the spirit world. And they have to go there for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 111 years for wearing a spiritual mask and not doing the spiritual thing. Now, the longest you come back here in the bad part of the spirit world, if you do a terrible spiritual crime, is 111 years. And then it's back down there, and depending how bad that spiritual crime, there's so many different things, and I can't go over all of it with you now. But as I told you, the worst ever is Adolf Hitler. That's 111 straight lifetimes in India for not being in the heart. But now I'm back here with the Night of the Light and the verse of the universe, and we're here to save Mother Earth. And so a lot of people have not been helping the way they should have been, knowing the gifts that I've given Peter Palpin, and knowing that we're here to save the Mother Earth. And well, they just turned their back on us 111%, even when we told them about the verse of the universe. Even after seeing a video of Peter walking to his car over a football field away, blindfolded with 3 blindfolds on, spinning the entire time, reaching the car, and then in a psychiatrist's office for 3.5 hours, walking 10 minutes blindfolded, starting at one spot, walking through the office with not knocking into anything or falling over anything, and then back to the original spot. What is that, my dears? What is that? Well, everyone knows what it is, but how many want to admit what's in their heart? Or are they in the dread of their head, their ego, the envy, the jealousy, the unfriendly? And they want Peter to think he's crazy. That's why I sent him to Dr. Hart, this beautiful psychiatrist, who examined Peter for 3.5 hours, and at the end of the exam said, "You're the first person who's walked in my office that I haven't had to give medication to because you're so well put together." Puns intended. And so, my dears, this is the greatest story soon ever to be told and never to be sold. Now, I have been lying to Peter day after day after day, telling him this would happen and that would happen, and he would get launched on this show and get launched on that show, and he was going to win this prize, and he was going to win that prize, and he was going to be able to do this and get on this show and that show, and everywhere there was a blackball list and he was blackballed. I told him this would be the one opportunity that he was not blackballed from. But they were all part of the blackball plan. They were all part of the blackball plan. And well, as he hit each wall, he learned to take the falls. He learned to take the falls, and he learned to have 111% faith, and he learned patience, my dears. He learned how to be patient and how to have 111% faith. And well, imagine if you're him. I don't think it's too hard to become very, very, very faithful when you know you can rhyme 100% of the time all day long if you're tuned into me, the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light, and the way. And rhyme like Dr. Seuss, line after line after line, in real time, without making a mistake. Well, without making a mistake, and without looking like a fake, and having to rake all the leaves that fall off the trees. And well, you understand, in the breeze, with ease of the breeze flowing through the trees, he comes up with line after line in real time, and they all shine. They all shine, and they're all, well, even better than the finest of wine. And well, because the finest of wine is not that good. The finest of wine, just because it's expensive and you think it's good. Do you want me to tell you the truth about those old bottles of wine, my dears? It is not good. That old wine in those old bottles is not good. Now, you can go read your books in the library and you could decide for yourselves. But let me tell you, this is coming from the one and only Trueberry. And if I were you, all you people drinking those old 100-year bottle of wine, this is not good. This is not good. And well, let me tell you something. It is good. It is fine. It is okay. You can drink that wine. And so now you're seeing a little of how I deal with Peter since he's been able to communicate with me. This is how I deal with Peter. So imagine the mental strain going through this. Every day, all day, I tell him, Peter, listen to this. We are going to make a deal with Paul Monet. You know, your friend, your one-time friend, who made millions and millions and millions of dollars in the infomercial business. He did Tybo. And look at our commercial that we have with Nike. Nike will be our sponsor. And look at our commercial. And our infomercial is all shot and in the can and ready to go. And look at it glow. And look at it glow, Peter. You are not stupid. You gave Tom Shadyac and Kurt Wimmer and John Turtletub all of their breaks, who are all making multi-millions of dollars now, and don't return your phone call. But that's another story for another day. But it shows the people listening that you've always had vision. So imagine the commercial that we have with Nike as our sponsor. And we're going to open the first new philosophical gym chain with Nike called Nike. Nike what? Called Nike. Maybe we're writing this right now. Maybe this is a script. Maybe this isn't being channeled. Well, maybe we don't want to give that away. Maybe we don't want anyone to steal this. Or maybe by the time this CD is out, well, we'll have it all set up already. But maybe others are going to be listening to this tape that we don't want them to get their hands on our idea, on our ideativity. So we'll hold back on that. You'll just have to take our word for it. That we have something coming that, well, is going to revolutionize the fitness industry, and Nike will have their name at the top of it. And I know the future, and they will do this. So don't get too sad and depressed, all you people in the blackballist industry in Los Angeles and in Hollywood. And so, this is the story, my dears. This is a day of celebration, because I'm telling Peter today on tape, for all of you to hear, for on this CD, and I am not lying for him. Today we went to the library. That's right, the library, where they have all the library books. Well, how many of those books are really truthful, and how many of them are full of lies? Well, that's for you to decide, my dears. But everything coming out of Peter's mouth right now is from the one and only Trueberry. And I can promise you, everything on these CDs, the real conversations with the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light on the way, is all true. I am not going to lie to you, my children. I want you to do the right thing with the free will I have given you, with the wings that flutter in your heart. And so, I am not going to lie to you the way I lied to Peter Palpin. Peter has his own tests to get over. He had to have his own mountains to climb. And let me tell you, none of you listening to this tape, or CD, or whatever you want to call it, could have made it up the mountains that Peter Palpin has had to climb for this lifetime. Oh no, oh no. If you don't believe me, ask Monica Ordinary. Ask her the despicable, disrespectful letter that she sent to Peter Palpin, trying to tear him apart and shred his soul into a million godzillion pieces. I wonder what's going to happen to Miss Ordinary when she gets to the spirit world in her next 11 lifetimes of unshine. Or maybe it is a lot of shine in the bad part of India for not being India hot. Well, or maybe she thinks this is all a bunch of non-wit shit, and well, she doesn't even have to throw a fit about it and not even worry about it, because Peter's not channeling the love, the light, and the way. This is only his way of getting back at people who have been mean and cruel to him over his 11-year journey of trying to sell the most beautiful, magnificent, extraordinary children's project in the history of children's entertainment, with far better endorsements than any hit children's project that's already hit the globe and made hundreds of billions and millions and godzillions of dollars, puns intended. And why would Peter's project that had better endorsements than any hit project at Disney or Pixar or Jim Henson's company or Universal or Paramount or all the other studios like 20th Century Fox, why would Peter have a project with better endorsements than any hit they ever had in the children's entertainment industry? And why would they all shun this amazing project that only needed at the most $2 million to launch like the greatest rocket that ever hit the stars? Why would not one of them who saw these endorsements even take a meeting, unless there was something creative called the blackball list, with Peter Palpin at the top of the list? And well, that will be all for you to decide, and you will have to decide, why will none of these people take a lie detector test if they have to answer the question, excuse me, Mr. Spill Your Guts, do you take part in the blackball list? Yes or no? And will you take a lie detector test and answer that question? Yes or no? And why won't he take the lie detector test? Even if we offer him $100 million, why won't he take a lie detector test and answer that question? Well, that will be for you all to decide, listening to these CDs and these movies and these videos and these cassettes and these DVDs, or whatever you want to call all of this. That's up to you. Maybe you call it shit, maybe you call it crap, maybe you call it a bunch of vidababadooba-dee-ga-da, or maybe it's just some slabadoos and some slabadies, or maybe it's some scalabadies and scalabadas, or maybe it's just the little balibadies and balabadas and blue-baloos and scanabadies and scanapadies, or maybe it's some palapalies and a falapalies, or maybe it's a falopolis and calopolis And maybe it's just a little of Gallipolis and ridiculous. Maybe it's just all ridiculous. Maybe all of it is just ridiculous. It's a bunch of bull-ass baloney, salami, kosher salami and bologna mixed together. Or maybe it's just all bologna. Or maybe it's all kosher salami and no mixture of the two. Or maybe there's something more here than meets the eye. Because how could Peter be healing people that have been sick for years and within minutes they get healed of diseases or pain that they have for years? What's that about? Can someone learn that? Can a person learn that? Or like some of you use for an excuse like Francesco and say, he just convinced the people through powerful mind control and they got better by the use of a powerful mind. Well, if that's true, why would it all the people in hospitals be just having a powerful, positive mental attitude, like that movie, The Sham, The Secret said? Have a positive mental attitude and you can make millions and millions of dollars. Is that right, Reverend Michael? Is that all you have to do is think positive? Well, maybe to be a success down on planet shit, and I don't even think that's true. But definitely when you reach up in the spirit world, I can promise you, if you just thought positive down there, and that's the only thing you did, that isn't going to have you do very well when you reach the spirit world. Let me tell you, if you don't have patience and you don't have faith, it's pretty much all over but the crying. Because those two things are learned and earned in the heart, the one and only smart. And that is the heart of this matter. And so why is this day so glorious and special to me, the love, the light, and the way? For my beautiful, beautiful night, the night of the light, who have given the reverse of the universe to bring to the souls and the spirits of planet Earth. Why is this such a glorious, 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 beautiful, beautiful evening? Well, let me tell you why. I walked Peter over to the library today, and I had him find the email addresses to a TV show called 60 Minutes. Have any of you ever heard of that show, 60 Minutes? Well, let me tell you something about the TV show, 60 Minutes. Every person involved in 60 Minutes, from the assistants to the secretaries, all the way up to the top of the ladder to the producers and the executive producers and the directors and the writers and everybody in between. Everyone in that show is in the heart. Everyone in that show is at least 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95% or greater in the heart. And that's where I want the Night of the Light to be launched, from someone from the heart like that. Not some evil, ugly, despicable souls who are part of a blackball list. 60 Minutes would not take part in any blackball list. So any of the people in the blackball list, they could call anyone at 60 Minutes and say, look, I will pay you X amount of dollars, but you will not put the Night of the Light on your show. You will not hire that guy. You will not hire that guy. You will not do a story on him. You will not do a story on him. And well, if you don't become a part of the blackball list now, then we will blackball you along with him. And this is how the blackball list works. But let me tell you, they all know already that 60 Minutes will not go for their prank. They know that 60 Minutes is on the up and up, pun intended. And so, this is why tonight is a glorious night. Because, well, we sent some of my material that he's channeled, that the Night of Light has channeled for me for the last couple of weeks. He has been writing letters to the press, but he's writing letters to the press, to part of the press that is not part of the blackball list, but they're a part of the dread of the head. They're in the head, they're in the part of the head that's called jealousy and envy, the unfriendly. In other words, they swim in the jealous seas with the selfish, jealous fish. And so, they don't want to release the story about Peter Palpin, a.k.a. the Night of the Light, On the sheer, on the sheer what? On the sheer what? What do they share? Well, they don't want to share. They don't want to share in the glory. Even though if they released his story, it's a long story and I don't want to get into it, but if any of these newspapers release the story, because Peter is so loyal, well, and I am loyal, and they tell Peter, whoever releases a story, that is the state that we will promote for the next year. We will stay in that state, and we will perform every night at a different comedy show, act at a different venue, and we will open a yoga studio. We will open our special fitness Nike center there in this certain state that we end up releasing our project in. And of course, I know the state, but of course I'm not going to tell Peter because it's all about the journey and I don't have to tell him. But he has an idea right now who it could be. And so, this is the way it is. But I'm telling Peter now, right now, the reason to rejoice tonight is because, well, 60 Minutes is going to do the story. 60 Minutes is going to do the story, the greatest stories soon never to be sold and never to be told. And this is the story of a little boy, the kite boy, who had a big, big, big dream to become a spiritual Walt Disney. And he spent years and years channeling all these beautiful songs and unique ideas and concepts that no one ever did before in the children's entertainment business. Something fresh, something new, something with imagination, something with creativity and a unique idea. Idea-ivity. Something with a lot of idea-ivity. Something very cute and something at the same time that has a very powerful message, but without being preachy and teachy. Something with a beautiful story with heart, loving and warm characters. And well, this is the second part of our project now. That was the first part of our project for 11 years. And Peter couldn't understand. Door after door closing, not even closing, slamming in his face. Lots of times the meetings would go incredible until the underlinks got to the overlinks. And the overlinks were the one who were part of the blackball list. And they would tell the underlinks, I'm sorry, we're not doing this project. And just leave it at that. Slam the door. Next. And so a lot of the underlinks don't even know or didn't even know about the blackball list until the night of the light and the verse of the universe struck. In other words, the real Bruce Almighty in reality. In other words, Bruce Almighty number 3, the budget alone was 200 million. So when this town found out that the clown of the town, the guy who created the silly saws, was now the real Bruce Almighty in reality, that's when the bombs struck Los Angeles and on Hollywood. That's when they unleashed all their power. That's when everyone found out about the blackball list and that they all had to stop Peter Palpin, the Knight of the Light, with the verse of the universe. And so they all got together in their little disgusting way. They all got together and started structuring and scheming and planning and scheming and scheming. And what? What else did they do? What else did they do? Well, let me tell you, they've done things that I haven't even told Peter. They've done things that I, the love, the light, and the way, had to stop in my own way. Ah, yes. No one could beat the love, the light, and the way. That's what they don't understand. They're not fighting a mere mortal. Peter Palpin, the clown of the town, who can't even get an agent or a production deal or any type of deal. Of course he can't. He's blackballed. Even now, with all this incredible material, he could rhyme in real time. He could do a comedy act, a different one every single night, with clever lines, one after another after another. This real Cat in the Hat. This real Lenny Bruce, or is it Dr. Bruce? Or is it Dr. Bruce, or Lenny Bruce, or is it, or is it a spruce tree? Or is it a moose? Or is it Mr. Moose and Captain Kangaroo? Or is it Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans? Or is it Mr. Green Jeans and Mr. Magoo? Or did Mr. Magoo sit in the goo? Or did he sit in the glue? Or did they sit in the goo? Or did they mew? Or was it Phi Mu Delta? Or was it Delta at all? Or what kind of cards were they dealt? Or what dealt? What's a dealt? Or what's that on your shoulder? Or what's that boulder on your shoulder? Or what's that folder on your shoulder? And why is there a folder on your shoulder? Or maybe that's not a folder at all. Maybe that's the blackball list. But why would you carry a blackball list on your shoulder? Maybe you wanted to carry it up there because you didn't want anyone to see it. But who would be trying to look up on your shoulder to see the blackball list? Or maybe there's something message in this for the people who created the blackball list. But maybe I'm not telling Peter everything because I don't want him to know everything right now. Because this is the way I work with Peter. Are you getting to see the picture here loud and clear? I think so. And so, my dears, these people, it doesn't matter if they go get the army in Germany, the army in France, the army in Guatemala, in the army in the Philippines, and all the Marines, even the Marines for the beans. And who are the Marines for the beans? And who are the beans? Well, let me tell you who the beans are. The beans are, who are the beans? 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 I'll tell you who the beans are. The beans are the beans. And who are the beans? The beans are the beans are the beans are the beans. Are the bings and the bings and the bings and the bings. And the bings and the rings and the rings and the things. And the things and the things and the things and the things. And this is the thing and this is the thing. And this and this. And this is the thing. And this is the thing and this is the thing. And this and this. And this is the thing. This is the thing, my dears. This is the thing. What is the thing? What is the thing? I know what the thing is. Do you? Shall I tell everybody what the thing is? Or shall I keep cutting the people of Los Angeles and Hollywood? Shall I keep cutting their throats with cotton? Or shall I tell them on tape number 7 what the thing is? What is the thing? 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 Well, shall I say what the thing is? Shall I say what the thing is? Or is this Peter Palpin trying to think of the next line? Or is it too dark to read the script now? Is this a script? Or is there more going on here than meets the eye? What is the thing? 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 Well, let me tell you, my dears, the thing is this. This is the thing. There's something that's going to happen. There is something major that is going to happen that I call the thing. It's something sent from the king. There's something that is going to happen. There is something that is going to happen that I call the thing. You see, I have different names for different things. And this very big something we will call the thing. And this is not the earthquake that is coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. 9 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 weeks, And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 days. In 5 days. That's the earthquake that's going to hit Los Angeles and Hollywood. Ah, like no earthquake ever before. Ah, yes, it's going to devastate that ugly, disgusting, despicable town. And the night of the light won't be there, of course. And well, we'll either... And so, my dears, the thing is not that earthquake. And also, Peter was thinking of something else that he can't remember now, but I will remind him. And it's not that thing either. The thing is something very special, something very positive that will happen for the night of the light and the verse of the universe. And this thing, this something, this is something. This is something that's going to come out of nowhere, Peter. This is going to come out of nowhere, and I'm telling you on this glorious night, on this glorious, glorious, glorious night, while taping tape number 7, the thing is coming, the thing is coming, the thing, the thing, the thing is coming. It's something, it's something, it's something that I call the thing. And ah, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have names for a lot of the gifts that I've given Peter. Like the gift I've given him of moving his hands 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 times the speed of Muhammad Ali and 2.5 times the speed of Bruce Lee. I call it Lili. You see, the 2 Lees, Lili. But Peter moves his hands and arms faster and quicker. Not Peter, it's me, the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light, and the way. Of course I gave Bruce Lee all of his gifts, and I gave Muhammad Ali all of his gifts. And that will be discussed in another tape, why these beautiful spirits, these beautiful souls, Muhammad Ali, such a beautiful man, inside and out, why he would come up with this devastating disease, this Parkinson's disease. Why would he end up with that disease when he was such a beautiful, magnificent man who stood up for the right, who stood up for the light, who spent the best years of his career out of his brilliant boxing career because he made a stance for what was right, for what he knew was right in his heart. And so, of course, he will win his perfect part in the spirit world and never have to come back to this despicable planet again. Unless he chooses to, because many do choose to come back because they're confident that they will pass all the tests. But it is a risk because if they do not pass, if they go to the dread of the head, which is led by ego and envy, the unfriendly, which only leads to fear and despair, not only down there, but when they reach back here, and then next lifetime again, and it could be a vicious cycle all over again. So it is a risk. But like Michael Jordan, we always use him because he's the perfect example. A beautiful face, a beautiful waist, beautiful shoulder boulders, a wide back where he would fly in the air like an eagle and almost land in the air and stay there like a helicopter and hover over the basket like no man in the history of basketball. And why was he given all these beautiful, magnificent gifts? And he made millions and millions and millions of dollars playing a sport that little boys play for free on the playgrounds all around the world. And why did Michael get this gift? Because his last 7 lifetimes, he was 95% or greater in the heart. So he did not have to come back here, but he chose to come back, and so I gave him and graced him these beautiful gifts. But if he went to the dread of the head, like the people in Los Angeles and Hollywood who created the blackball list and take part in the blackball list, then he would come back here, go straight, don't pass go, don't collect his $200, and go straight to the evil, disgusting, bad part of the spirit world called India, identical to the bad part of India for not being in the heart. And then he would have to go back here, planet shit all over again, and start the vicious cycle all over again. But usually the spirits that choose to come back, well, they've done it so many times before, it's easy for them to stay in the heart. And well, that's why I've given Peter these gifts, because his last 11 lifetimes, He's always stayed in the heart at least 11% of the time. And he knows who he was in many of these lifetimes. I've discussed it with him, and he knows. And well, when you see the clothes that he's put um, Indian stitching to, and like the original American Indians, well, how could he learn how to do this? How could he learn this American Indian embroidery and just do it and make all these beautiful little things that you'll see in the future on TV? You'll see close-ups with the camera when he's on Oprah Winfrey, A Beautiful Heart and Soul, and the Ellen DeGeneres Show, and Regis, all these beautiful hearts, and David Letterman, the few people in the industry that are in the heart. But they don't know the producers of their shows are in the dread of the head and take part in the blackball list. And so that's why if Peter has sent any of them letters, none of these hearts have gotten the letters. Because of course, they hide them from the hearts, because hearts are in love with hearts. Hearts align with the hearts, and well, you could follow the story from there. I know even you in the dread of the heads are not that stupid. And so, this is where we're at, ladies and men. This is the end of tape number 7, or is it CD number 7 from heaven? And this is a glorious day, and this will go down in infamy, is the day Peter Palpin got in touch with 60 Minutes. And 60 Minutes will be, Peter. They will, I'm telling you, they will. They will launch our story 111 times grander than Gloria. And so this will happen, this will happen, this will happen for Peter Palpin. And so, my dears, until our next CD number 8, I bid you all adieu, and I wish all of you the best. And I hope and pray that you're taking all these CDs to heart. And I hope you're really listening and glistening and knowing and not just believing that there really is a spirit world. And it really is the most beautiful, glorious, amazing place you could ever imagine, times a godzillion and a godzillion. And you should realize that all the people who have ever died on the operating table and had near-death experiences and gone to the other side and seen the light, and they all describe the experience in almost the identical way. They use different words, but they all say the same thing. And so that should give a lot of you faith that there really is a spirit world, and there really is a beautiful place that we all come from, and we all go back to. And down here, all it is a 111-year test at best. And is it really lucky if you end up spending the whole 111 years here? Well, let me tell you, maybe it is. If you're not in the heart, maybe you should try to stay here as long as possible if you're not in the heart. But if you're in the heart, you're in the smart. If you're in the smart, you're in the love. If you're in the love, you're in the light. If you're in the light, you're in the right. If you're in the right, you're with the might. And if you're with the might, you will win your fight. And what is your fight? Well, to try to be 95% or greater in the heart, so you don't even have to spend 1 minute in the bad part of the spirit world, called India, identical to the bad part of India for not being in the heart. So, I hope this tape helps all of you understand a little bit more about the verse of the universe, and I hope you realize all of these tapes are not written, and none of them are rehearsed. And well, once you see Peter on TV, and you see all our movies, and see what he does, and see what I do with his body, and with his voice box, and with this and that and that and this and this and that and that and this, I think you all will realize that he really is channeling the love, the light, and the way. In other words, me, the one and only G-O-D. And all of this is really coming from WGOD, the one and only Soul Station. So, my dears, until we meet again, I just want to tell all of you, I do love all of you. And well, it's true, I don't love all of you the same. And well, I'm sorry, the truth hurts, but I have to be honest. I love you like this. The ones who are greatest in the heart, I love you the most. And the ones who are in the highest percentage, I love you a little more. And who's ever in the highest percentage, I love you the most, until it dwindles down and dwindles down, all the way down to Adolf Hitler and, well, the ugly, despicable souls of Los Angeles and Unholywood who created the blackball list and the others who take part in the blackball list. Because this is a despicable, disrespectful, ugly crime. And there's other ones I dislike almost as much as them. And that's the ones in Los Angeles and in Hollywood who run these so-called yoga studios and who call themselves yogis. Ah, if these people are really into yoga and really into namaste and namaste, namasta, namastu, who are they kidding? Who are they kidding? And all the people who make these yoga magazines. I wonder why none of these magazines will do a story on the Night of the Light and the Verse of the Universe. And he is the only true yogi master healer on the planet. He's the only one who can heal anybody in real time. All the rest are fakes. All the rest are full of shit. See if you could get one of them to take a lie detector test, and then see if you could get one person who they say they healed to take a lie detector test. And well, then we'll get down to brass tacks, won't we? And these are the facts. All these people with these studios, these yoga studios, these fake studios, these fake yogis who have stopped my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Night of the Light, a true yogi master who could be bringing a beautiful message of love and light in a real way, to have it good in the spirit world, to all these people who go to these studios, because Peter doesn't even charge. He only takes donations. So think what he could have done for all these studios on his journey in Los Angeles and on Hollywood, and even in West Hartford, Connecticut, where his sister goes to a yoga studio. And Norma Menzer, a beautiful spirit and soul, who Peter saw in Connecticut, and said, well, I told Peter, and then Peter told her, you will see the white light when I work on you, like when you go to the spirit world. And well, Norma did see the white light, and she wrote it down on her stationery that she saw the white light. And so, well, that's a good thing, isn't it? If Peter could take his hands and brush it around a person's head or their heart or somewhere, one of their chakras, and then that person sees the white light but doesn't have to die on the operating table to see it, isn't that a good gift? Isn't that a good gift that should wake up the coffee in some of your hearts and realize that Peter really does have some amazing gifts, that's not something someone could learn, is it? And can you convince someone, okay, during this healing you will see the white light, and then they see it because we put it in their head, they're going to see it, so then they see it? Is that what's going on here? Is that what is happening here, Francesco? And none of you know who Francesco is anyway. So there could be a lot of Francescos in the world, right? But Francesco knows who he is. And I know what's in his heart. And I know what's in the dread of his head. And he knows the truth in his heart about Peter. But he doesn't want Peter to know what he really thinks. Isn't that sad, my dears? Isn't that sad? Even though Francesco used to be a friend of Peter's, now the friends don't want to be his friend. But I wonder if they'll want to be his friend after he's on 60 Minutes. I wonder once he's on 60 Minutes, if then all of a sudden they'll want to become his friend. And let me tell you, Peter has a beautiful heart. And when these people come running and crying and saying, I'm sorry to Peter, well, the old Peter would have told them, it's okay, don't worry about it, I forgive you. Because Peter, like all of you, have read that in those black books in the library about God. About the love, the light, the love, the bright, the love, the light, and the way. That's what you read in the library, isn't it? So you believed it because it was written in a book and it was published. So it must be true. But now Peter knows the reality of his situation. And I told Peter, and I put pain in his heel to remind him all the time. And the pain is there right now. I bring it back and forth. Some days he has it and some days he doesn't. And that pain is to remind him, and I put it in his heel, to remind him of all the healers in the world. to remind him of all the healers that, well, when he's doing well, they'll want to be around him, but when he's not doing well, they will not want to be around him. And so, when these people come to Peter, I will tell Peter how to treat every last one of them. And well, I have something called the bargaining table. And some people, if they come forward, well, they'll have to come to the bargaining table. And they will have to give up something, a lot of something, if they want to have it good in the spirit world and their next lifetime here. They're going to have to give up a lot, financially and more. What they're going to have to give up is they're going to have to give up the reality of their situation. And they're going to have to come on film and tell and explain to the world how they were jealous and envious of Peter's gifts and how they made a huge mistake